All right, so please watch this video all the way through, man. This is some really good information on why I felt like this lockdown and the lockdown I dropped a couple of days ago are the best lockdowns. The one I dropped a couple of days ago was really focused on strength, okay? This lockdown right here is really focused on everything else, okay? Both are really good, both are really solid, and it's just really based upon your play style, the teammates you're running with, etc., okay? Now, 6'8", right? This is important. Some people will go 6'7", which is good because that's like, there's nothing wrong with that. But 6'8" is going to give you the ability to get a higher block rating. And we're going to go straight to this higher block rating. And by getting a 93 block, what that's going to do is allow you to get paint patroller on gold. And when you have individuals that are isoing and rim run a lot and they get to the paint, you're going to have a very stronger contest, and you have, a better chance of them missing dunks and layups and getting blocks around the basket. And that's very important, okay? Now, you can see that we are going to be sacrificing the strength. We will only have a move enforcer on bronze, but you can use your max +2 to get this on gold, which again is still good enough. Gold, brick, and move enforcer is really solid. Don't get it twisted, okay? So I wanted to jump that in first. And then also you can still see you have an 89 speed with 88 agility. You're still gonna be really fast. That is not gonna be anything that's sacrificed, because a lot of people are isoing and you wanna have the ability still be quick and fast laterally and of course vertically, and you will be able to do that. Now let's focus back again on this defense. You will be able to get your perimeter defense up to a 96. Now I wanna come over here to the badges and take a look at Challenger, and as you can see, you will get Hall of Fame Challenger by just using your first 5 cap breakers here, getting 96. You don't need 95, you'll get it at a 96. And then you can use a max +1 to get that on legend. To me, having Challenger as high as you possibly can is going to be very important, but also your block rating is very important when it comes to the contest system. 2K2s and 2K Labs have both dropped the information that your perimeter defense and your block rating is very important. A lot of these lockdowns aren't going to have that high block rating. You will be able to get to a 93 block rating, which will give you that paint patroller on, again, like I said, on gold. But then we also can come over here to the badges, and then you can see right here on your high flying denier, once you get to 93, your 93 block, you will already have the 83 vert, which will give you high flying denier on Hall of Fame, which again is going to help you with these chase down blocks when people get beat. When you get beat, okay? Now, the other thing I want to point out is, again, you have an 86. You could use 5 cap breakers here to get this to a 91. But again, that's really up to you. As far as I'm concerned, this is the least important thing right now until we figure out if there's going to be any on-ball steals or that type of sort. Gold interceptor is already good enough, but I've already set up to where if you want to use 5 cap breakers here, you can. So just to show you off rip defensively, right, you should specialize here too. Okay, you just need 5 cap breakers here, which will give you to a 96, right? And then 3 cap breakers here, so that's just 8 cap breakers that are utilizing, okay? You see everything else here, you're gonna ask yourself like, well, okay, well, where else where we put these cap breakers at, and what direction do you want to go? Well, that's the beautiful thing about this build. There is so much you can do, with this build, with your cap breakers, okay? So that's the reason why I'm not going too in depth with it right now. Let's go ahead. Let's break it down once we get to the menu with the cap breakers, okay? A disruptive lockdown is what you're going to get. And then now let's go here, let's advance, and you're going to see the beauty of this build fully once we get to these cap breakers, okay? So let's do this. Boom. All right. So now let's check it out. So check this out. Let's just go back to, like I said, all right? Get that block up to a 93. 1, 2, 3 right here. You can get your perimeter defense right here. So that's 5 plus 3, that's 8, okay? Now, let's take a look at the options you have when it comes to your finishing. So you got right here your driving dunk 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That'll give you an 80 driving dunk, which again, I don't necessarily think that you will need to go that high. What I do say is that you could use 3 cap breakers here to at least get a 75 to get the 1-foot athletic dunk packages, okay? Then you also have the ability to get your mid-range shot up, to an 85 also. If you want to get that dead eye on silver, you have that option, okay? Then you have the option of getting your pass accuracy up and your ball handling up. 6, 12, that's 17, 8, that's 21. So you can basically get a speed with ball of 80 speed with ball, and then 5, 10, 15, 22, 26, 26 plus 55, I don't know, but that should be over 75. Let me see, 26. No, that should be what? 26 plus 55. That's an 81 ball handle. So you can get an 81 ball handle with 80 speed with ball if you wanted to do that. Or you can just go 75 speed with ball. So like, as you can see, there is so much more potential here to evolve this build from being just a straight up lockdown into also being a secondary ball handler, have the ability to be able to dribble or whatever else you want to say. That is always going to be, to me, key in these cap breakers and the evolution of a build that you're trying to make, okay? Now, me personally, what I always like to do if I'm a lockdown, I don't really care about my offensive points. I just want to be able to make sure I can hold it down defensively, do my job defensively, make sure I get the stops that I need, and then go from there. But again, it's all predicated on what you want to do with your build, right? So just to recap real quick before we get out of here, you want to make sure you focus that these are the most important: your perimeter defense and your block, okay? Get that to 93, that's 8. If you want to get this steal to 91, you can use that also. But again, I say hold back on your steal until we get a thorough understanding, like if there's going to be any buff to on-ball steals. Are they going to buff at least being able to blitz people? You can't even really blitz people like that. The only thing you really can do is just get passing lane steals, and gold interceptor is good enough. So you just hold off on that. But then you can say, oh, I still have more cap breakers to work with. Again, like I said, the driving dunk is something to take in consideration. Your mid-range shot is something to take in consideration. But really after that, there's not really much that you can really do other than put in some time and effort with your dribbling and stuff. But that is also going to take a big chunk of cap breakers that you would need. If you plan on hitting level 40 every single year, that's 9 cap breakers there. I mean, for every single season, that's 9 cap breakers there. If you're in a crew, you get 3 cap breakers there. You hit some specialization, you get 2 cap breakers there. You got starter 3, that gives you cap breakers. I'm sorry, starter 1, that gives you a cap breaker. And then starter 5 will give you 3 cap breakers. And then I think starter 3 will give you a cap breaker. So that's a total of 5 cap breakers there. So again, that's why I always say you can get up to 20. Right? And if you can do 20, then of course your ball handle, speed with ball, dunking, all the stuff we talked about, you can be able to get. But it's all going to be on you and whether or not you are able to do that. But this is why I feel like this is the best lockdown, because you are able to get the challenger and your block rating really high. But y'all let me know in the comment section what you think about this build. Is it a W? Is it an L? Other than that, it's your favorite old head, Uncle Jimmy. I'll be back really, really soon with the banger, man. You know, when I say back soon with the banger, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about tomorrow, man. I'm out.